Imagine hearing a sound every night, a low vibration, a deep hum, constant, quiet, impossible to ignore. Now imagine asking everyone around you about it, and nobody hears anything. You ask the person sitting next to you, they say no. You ask your neighbors the next day, they just look at you blankly. It's a sound that seems to exist only for you. Night after night, the sound remains. It becomes this invisible, everyday burden in your life. How long before you doubt yourself? How long before others stop believing you? Section 1. The Taos phenomenon. A town enveloped in an invisible hum. For decades, some people have reported hearing a strange, low-frequency sound known as the Taos Hum. In this explainer, we're going to examine exactly why this phenomenon is so deeply unsettling. First, we need to understand the sound itself. It is not loud, it is not dramatic, and it's not supernatural. Experiencers describe it very carefully as a deep, low-frequency sound. It's more like a distant engine, an electrical vibration, a deep mechanical humming. It is something you feel in your chest more than you hear in your ears. And that subtlety is exactly what makes it scarier. But here is the most disturbing detail of all. Only some people hear it. The vast majority of people standing in the exact same room, on the exact same street, hear absolutely nothing. Just silence. Section 2. Living with the noise. The daily toll of an inescapable sound. Because when a sound follows you and nobody else believes it exists, it becomes a heavy reality to carry. This isn't just a minor annoyance. People living with this report very real physical and emotional effects, severe sleep problems, chronic headaches, deep anxiety, strange pressure sensations, and a constant mental exhaustion. The mystery becomes stronger because it disrupts ordinary life so completely. For some, the sound is always there. For others, it vanishes suddenly, only to return when they least expect it. Section 3. The search for answers. Science meets an invisible mystery. Because this had such a profound impact on people's lives, it was taken seriously. Scientists, hearing experts, engineers, and even government agencies launched investigations to find the source. They approached this calmly and logically, starting with the physical environment. They looked into industrial machinery echoing through the valley. They tested low-frequency vibrations from electrical systems. They checked aircraft activity, geological activity, and even the distant rumble of traffic. They measured, they recorded, and they analyzed the acoustics. But despite thorough, objective scientific inquiry, no explanation fully solved the mystery. They could not find a single external environmental source that actually matched the reports of the people hearing the hum. Section 4. The internal theory. When the sound comes from within. If the source isn't in the air around them, investigators had to ask, could the source of the low-frequency hum be the human body itself? Scientists proposed several biological explanations: an extreme hearing sensitivity to low frequencies, a unique form of tinnitus, or a specific anomaly in brain perception. But the medical reality complicated everything. Many of the people who reported the hum underwent standard medical hearing tests and passed perfectly. They had entirely healthy, normal hearing. This leaves us standing at the edge of two very uncomfortable possibilities. Could these people be detecting a subtle, real frequency in the environment that most humans simply cannot hear? Or is the brain creating sensory experiences that feel completely real, trapping the person in a soundscape that exists only in their own mind? Section 5. A silent, unsolved mystery. An echo heard around the world. If this phenomenon were completely isolated to Taos, New Mexico, it might be written off as a local anomaly. But it wasn't. Nearly identical reports of a low, mechanical, inescapable hum have surfaced globally, up in Canada, across the United Kingdom, down in New Zealand. Different climates, different geography, entirely different populations. Yet in every single one of these locations, the status remains the exact same: unsolved. Decades later, scientists still debate the true source of the hum. They are caught trying to determine whether it comes from highly specific, unidentified environmental conditions or a very unusual variation of human perception. There is no definitive proof either way. If a sound surrounded you every night and nobody else could hear it, how would you prove it was real?